I know exactly how it feels to not get the results that you want in the time frame in which you want them. One thing I've noticed about us as a society, myself included, is we are extremely entitled. Entitlement is at all-time high, okay? And a lot of times we don't even realize how entitled we are because we've just been living in this sense of entitlement for so long. And you've attached yourself to a goal, an outcome in a particular time frame. Maybe you want to be able to be a full-time content creator by the end of the year. Maybe you want to hit your first 10K month this month. Maybe you want to lose 10 pounds this week, right? Maybe you want to finish your degree by the end of the summer. Like whatever the goal is that you have, you've attached a time frame into which you in which you feel entitled to those results. But what if I told you the time frame you set is extremely unrealistic and it's going to take more time than you think it will to get to that goal that you have? We live in a microwavable society, and so we want things so quick. We don't always want to put in the work, right? We want the easy route, the fast-paced route. How can I hit 10K in the next week? How can I lose 50 pounds in the next hour? How can I make $100,000 this month, right? It's like so fast-paced. And I know exactly how that feels. I know exactly how it feels to feel like that. I have been a full-time content creator now for 6 years, okay? And I still believe that I am entitled to making $100,000 a month by now. And I know that sounds crazy to a lot of people. If I was to have that type of goal 10 years ago, I'd have been like, bitch, what? Excuse my French. But I know that can sound so crazy to most people, right? I know. But I still feel entitled to $100,000 this month because I put in 6 years, full time. I show up every day, and it still hasn't happened yet. Do you know how frustrating that can be? I'm sure you do. You know exactly how frustrating it is to want something so bad and you're putting in the work for it and it hasn't happened. You question whether or not you should keep doing what you're doing. You question whether or not if you're good enough. You question whether or not you're going crazy, right? You question yourself so much. You have all this self-doubt because you haven't gotten the results you wanted in the time frame in which you set. It's entitlement. The results that you want take way longer than you thought it would. And I hear you. But I wanted to make this video because despite the fact that you haven't gotten those specific results yet, that does not mean you give up. That does not mean that you don't keep going. That does not mean you don't show up today. That means you just keep following through. Because the reason why most people don't get the results is because they give up. It's not because they weren't good enough. That's the lies that we feed ourselves to try to feel better about the fact that it hasn't happened yet. But it's not about not being good enough. It's not because you're not talented enough. It's not because you don't want it enough. It is simply because you have unrealistic timelines in which you think it should happen. But it will happen. And in the process of you showing up every day, you're learning. You're getting better. I will compare my content and just the level at which I push out content every single day. I will compare it to 2 years ago. Not even close. Not even close. Like the way I speak is better. My messaging is better. My confidence is higher, so I'm able to show up confidently online. My mission is better. Like everything about my business and my brand is better than it was 2 years ago, let alone 6. Gosh. I still cringe at some of my old content because I'm like, oh my God. But that's growth. The fact that you can look back at something, your past of, however long you have been working on this thing and you can just see like the progress. Well, it's that progress that you need to make in order to get to that goal that you have. When I fall into those moments where I'm like, gosh, why am I not $100,000 a month yet? Like, yes, I had that moment yesterday. I was literally feeling that way yesterday. I was just getting frustrated. And, you know, it happens to everyone. Everyone's gonna get frustrated. Everybody. I don't care what you're working on, weight loss, losing, or finding your dream job, starting your business. Like, you're gonna get frustrated. Of course, going back to school, you are going to get frustrated. You're gonna get frustrated. You're gonna get pissed. And you're gonna be like, why am I even doing this? I experienced that yesterday. No lie. Started crying and everything. Because I'm like, maybe I'm just not good enough. But do you know how quickly I got that right out of my head? About 5 minutes. It took about 5 minutes of just me going, and crying. And I even hit the table. But I snapped right back into reality about 5 minutes later. When I used to have those moments back then, that shit would take me weeks. I would be sulking for weeks. I would be throwing pity parties for myself for weeks. And in those moments of sulking and throwing pity parties, nothing's getting done. The time that you're spending in that frustration and that irritation, nothing's getting done. It's not going to happen because you threw that temper tantrum. So just get over it. It hasn't happened yet, but it's coming. It is coming. And so once I dried my eyes, got myself together, I had to go to my doctor's appointment. I did that. So I took about 2 hours away from my business. Came back and started recording Patreon videos. Snapped right back out of it. Got right back to work. That's progress. Because when you do get to that goal, life is going to life. You still have to maintain the goal that you worked so hard for. You have to maintain that accomplishment. You can lose it. Maybe you wanted to lose weight. You got to your goal weight. Okay, well now you got to maintain your weight loss. That's the hardest part. Life is still gonna life. You're gonna go back to overeating and stress eating and binge eating, or are you gonna learn how to handle life better so that you can maintain that weight loss that you worked so hard for in the first place? I'm waiting to figure it out. Like, life's for me. If I just sulk and throw pity parties, okay, well the money I do make a month, I could lose that because now I'm not showing up. I still got to maintain what I've built. I can't just disappear forever. Like, I got to keep going. You have to keep going. Yes, it's going to hurt. Yes. You are going to doubt yourself. Yes. But you got to keep going. You have got to keep going. And I'm still working on it, but I really had to learn how to detach myself from the outcome. I had to learn how to detach myself from it, meaning I had to stop stressing about when it was going to come and just start focusing on doing the things that I need to do every day so that it has no choice but to come, right? So weight loss, if you keep eating less, counting your calories, sticking in your caloric deficit, getting your steps in, your body has no choice but to eat away at the fat. You can try to, no, it's scientifically proven. When you let go of the excuses, it is scientifically proven that if you just eat less and you move more, you will lose weight. Okay? You will lose weight. And this is coming from a woman who lost 100 pounds. But you can't keep focusing on when it'll happen. When will you get to the goal weight? Because then you're gonna start stressing out like, oh my God, I gotta lose 50 pounds of so much weight. And it is a lot of weight. It is. But if you stop focusing on when it will happen and just start focusing on the things that you have to do to make it happen, when you look up, you'll realize it already happened. You're already a lot closer than you thought you were. So I wanted to make this video for the woman who was second guessing herself, doubting herself, and she's actually showing up. Now, if you ain't showing up, you have no reason to be confused. If you're not posting, if you're not creating that ebook, if you're not counting your calories, weighing out your food, if you're not doing those things, I don't know why you're confused. I don't know why you're confused. You're just confusing yourself. But if you are showing up and it still hasn't happened yet, this video is for you. Keep going. I promise you it's coming. Stop feeling entitled to the results in the time frame in which you want them, okay? Make sure you guys join the Patreon if you haven't already. The link is down below in the description. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.